Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have a rather interesting topic to discuss with you guys today. Christine Jardine, who is a Liberal Democrat MP here in the UK, will introduce a ban on what she calls a sexist tax. Jardine wants to make sure that products such as razors, body spray and deodorants will no longer be priced differently based on who they are marketing towards. The Times newspaper in 2016 conducted an investigation on this and discovered that females were charged on average 37% more for beauty products, clothing and toys. I will put up some examples of the gender price gap now. Take a look at this t-shirt. It is the exact same t-shirt, only one is for women and the other is for men. The price difference, well, for a men's fit of this shirt, it's $49.95. However, if you want to buy the female version of this shirt, you'll have to pay $59.95. There's many more examples to pick from as well. An essay was actually written about this entitled "From Cradle to Cane, the Cost of Being a Female Consumer," which is a study of the gender price gap in New York City. The essay is a very interesting read and I would definitely recommend it if this is something that you're interested in. But it stated that, quote, women's products cost more 42% of the time, whilst men's products cost more 18% of the time. So sometimes men's products are costing more, but the majority of the time it is the woman's products that are costing more money. Also, in 2016, the company Boots were accused of gender discrimination when female customers found that they were being charged more for an 8-pack of women's razors compared to the 10-pack of male razors. Christine Jardine also explained that she believes females are being hit with a, quote, double whammy, with being forced to pay more money for products and the gender pay gap as well. In 2017, supermarket Tesco assured customers it had, quote, acted on concerns about the difference in price of our female and male disposable twin blade razors. At the end of the day, no matter whether you're male or female, we all still use deodorants, razors, products like that. So I have never actually understood why women tended to pay more than men. This is actually something that I've realised definitely in recent years, as I've grown older and I'm going to the shop, buying more things, especially since the majority of the time, the only difference in the male and the female products is the colour. For example, often female razors are pink and male razors tend to be black or blue. Christine Jardine promised that this new ban will, quote, remove this outdated and sexist tax on women once and for all, end quote. So this has been something that has unfortunately been going on for many years. This is nothing new. But to be honest, in 2019, I can't believe that the gender price gap is still very apparent. The BBC wrote an article back in 2016 and explained that the issue was raised in Parliament but did not go through. At the time, Mark Billage, who was the UK managing partner at Simon Kucher, that is a company which advises companies on what to charge for their products, argued with the gender pay gap, saying, quote, one of the main things that retailers consider when deciding what to charge is what the consumer is willing to pay. They have to consider what it costs to make the product and what their competitors are charging, end quote. He also stated that there was something in the fact that women were willing to pay more just in general. And I think that shows a very different light on the debate. Obviously, yeah, when you're thinking about the pricing of products, you very much so obviously have to look into how much it costs to make the products, because obviously you want to make a profit in your business. But I do still think that he is missing out on a very important part of the discussion, and that is that, why exactly are women needing to pay more for their products? This should not be a thing. He only, I think, delved into the very tip of the iceberg with this. Campaigners at that time were definitely not convinced of his words. There was a massive amount of power in marketing, and I often think that with advertising, we're being brainwashed and we don't even know that we're being brainwashed. It's hidden in plain sight, but marketing is telling us what it is to be a man or to be a woman, what the genders should like, what they should dislike, what is a woman's product, and what is a man's product. I think that many companies could reject the offer to participate in the gender price gap. I mean, I think what we need to ask ourselves here is, does a simple change of colour in a product make it, in some cases pounds and pounds and pounds more expensive? And also, does a simple change in the colour of a product make any massive impact or dramatic change to the product? It doesn't. The only difference is the colour and the fact that you're going to advertise it to females rather than males. Marketing shows us the gender stereotypes and encourages us to follow those stereotypes. To be honest, I've often bought men's razors over women's, and sometimes I've bought men's deodorant over women's deodorant as well, just because of the price difference. I don't see why women should have to pay more for the exact same product. I don't care what colour my razor is, to be quite honest with you. As long as it removes hair, then I'm really not bothered. Over in Australia, women are already actually paying 18.8% more than males for products. It's important to mention that this practice is technically not illegal, but I'm very interested to know if you think it should be illegal. The Mirror reported back in 2015 that haircuts for women on average costs around £10 more than male haircuts. In Toni and Guy, a female haircut is around £52, however a man's is around £42. Looking at deodorant now, and an eagle-eyed customer spotted that Mitchum deodorant for females is more expensive than the male equivalent. Clothing also tends to cost more for women too, including underwear and bras. Women apparently spend double money on underwear rather than males. Obviously, I know that men don't tend to wear bras, but underwear, women are apparently spending double the price on these things than men do. So I think this is a problem that definitely needs to be addressed. This has been ongoing for so long, and it's a very interesting debate. But like I said, I just can't believe that this kind of thing still happens and it's 2019. Personally, if it was up to me, this would have been illegal a long time ago. And the thing is, obviously if you're going to compare brands, like a cheaper brand to a dearer brand, then obviously, you're going to pay more in terms of what brand you are buying. However, when it comes to genders and you are comparing the exact same product, like for example in the boots situation that I brought up earlier, it was the exact same razor, just one was pink and I think the other one was blue, and there was quite a chunk of a price gap, and women got like 2 razors less than men, but the men's was cheaper, which to me it doesn't make any sense. In certain situations you're going to pay more if there is, like, if you buy something from Primark and then you buy something from, for example, I don't know, River Island, there is going to be a price difference because Primark is, obviously quite a, it's at the lower end of the spectrum, shall we say, rather than River Island, which is, it's not in the highest in the spectrum, but it's definitely a little bit further up than what Primark is. So, I mean, this kind of thing, why should women pay more for the exact same product? And I never understood why that's a thing, but I think one of the things we really need to look into here is why exactly is this a thing, and why did people think this was okay? When exactly did this start happening? Because I know obviously that women were seen as second-class citizens for a very, very long time. For example, you know, they didn't have the right to vote. And is that kind of where it's stemming from? Or is this just because, well, I don't know, that I can't see an excuse for this other than the fact that it is just gender discrimination. But anyways, I feel like I'm just rambling on now, so let me know what you think of this in the description box down below. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave this video a big thumbs up, and if you are new here, click on that subscribe button. Thank you so much for listening, you guys, and I hope to see you in my next video.